Life is all about taking chances, trying new things, having fun, making mistakes, and learning from it. Greetings to all the guests and dignitaries. With great joy and immense excitation, I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all of you for today's webinar on the topic HR Analytics, organized under an initiative which is DG Saksham. I, Sheetal Gobadi, welcome you all on the behalf of DG Saksham. Before I proceed, let me take a brief moment for the introduction of DG Saksham. DG Saksham is an initiative of SEMS Group which has been developed content for over 300 courses in multiple languages which range from 4 hours to 6 months in various sectors of IT, BFSI, retail and entrepreneurship for all age groups from school children, youth, professionals and senior citizens. DG Saksham has also conducted more than 100 webinars, 10 FDPS and workshops, 6 international conferences. DG Saksham impacted more than 15,000 plus lives through various webinars, conferences, workshops, and seminars across the globe. So, coming to the topic for today's webinar, which is HR Analytics, will be presented by our chief guest, Mr. Yaspal Singh sir. I would like I would like you all to get to know a little about the topic. HR analytics is defined as the area in the field of analytics that deals with people analysis and applying analytical process to the human capital within the organization to improve employee performance and improving employee retention. I am delighted to take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest of the day, Mr. Yaspal Singh sir. He is the head HR of Ebro India Private Limited, and Ebro India Private Limited is a group company of Ebro Foods Group, which is global market leader in packaged rice and second largest in pasta manufacturing. Yaspal sir possesses strong people skills and leadership record and has a deep understanding of employee behavior, their engagement, performance management system, and learning and development keeping the core values upfront. The world is full of diamonds and gems, and we are having one of them here today to build this event. With this note, I would like to give my heartiest welcome to our guest speaker, Yaspal Singh sir, with the biggest round of applause.
Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you very much, and good evening to all of you. Uh, I don't know whether I deserve this kind of a very heavy introduction or not, but thank you very much, Sheetal, again for this heavy introduction. So today's topic, as Sheetal shared, that HR analytics we will be talking about, and it's not a kind of lecture or a speech on HR analytics. We will be discussing, and there will be lots of participation, which I would request from all of you. Today's topic, HR analytics. First of all, let's outline the various topics agenda of the topic HR analytics. One is we will be defining HR analytics for all of us. We'll see how its evolution has happened so far since beginning of HR department, or earlier it was time office only. So since then, HR was using it or not, or whether it is a recent subject which has came up. So we will see that how the evolution has happened for HR analytics. Types of HR analytics. We'll see what makes a successful HR a practitioner. So I think this point will be particularly useful for the student community. So as Sheetal and Kanika, they shared with me, lots of students are connected today. So it is very useful for them, because if they want to make a career in HRA, they can make it. And how should they plan their career to be a good, successful HR practitioner, HRA practitioner? And then as a HRA practitioner, how HR analytics can be used for decision making in your department, in your organization, that we will be discussing. And what are the challenges of HR analytics? So these are the various questions we will be answering today. So first of all, what is HR analytics? So I would like to know a couple of definitions from your side. What do you understand about HR analytics? What's your understanding about it? And then we will try to simplify the definition of HR analytics. Wonderful. Arjun Raghav has written very nicely, measuring, improvising, modifying the human resource performance. Very nice. HR analytics, also known as people analytics, is the collection and application of talent data to improve critical talent and business outcomes. Wonderful. The algorithm of human resources. Wonderful. Very, very, very nice. Very precise and wonderful definition. Very nice. I think all good. So we can go ahead with the definition. So I've tried to simplify it for all of us. For me, and probably the last definition will also, the person who has defined it in the end, he will also agree with me, and I think he would feel that his definition was very close to what I wanted to say. And but all three definitions were perfectly fine. They are correct. And HR analytics is nothing but what you said. So this is converting human behavior into numbers. This is how I want to kind of simplify the definition of HR analytics. So it is nothing but HR is what? It is dealing with people, understanding their behavior. And then if we can convert this behavior into numbers, this is HR analytics. And it is unlike the business analysis, unlike the accounts analysis. It is more of a behavior analysis. It is not numbers analysis. So here, the unlike in business and accounts analysis, here the importance is not of a cloud server or any statistical tool. Here the most important aspect is how much understanding you have about human behavior. That will be the key for HR analysis. So earlier what was happening, we were relying on the gut feeling that this happened. Maybe the business has improved, we have grown in the business, and this is most probably this is due to our training program which we did. So there was no analysis, there was no numbers to back it up. But HR analysis is a tool which is supporting us with the numbers, that yes, this is the number, this is the analysis, and we can say it confidently that this the business has grown because of the training program or employee engagement calendar or something which HR has done. So it is kind of making HR department a numeric one. Earlier it was a behavioral aspect. People used to say that HR is a function in which nothing can be measured. You can't measure what impact the training had, what impact the recruitment had, what impact the employee engagement calendar had. But HR analytics is something which can give you some data, some numeric figures that yes, this is what HR has done, and this is the impact on the business which we have done. So we have to ensure that we have to identify first of all that what do we want to measure, and then doing it properly. It should not be like we want to measure something else. And there is an example also I want to give. This is the example. Suppose we want to analyze the data of the training impact on managerial force, because that is needed to make some critical decision, and if you do it for the whole staff, it becomes an unnecessary task. So the minor level analysis is done only when it is required. Otherwise we can do it only for the data for which we need it. So for managerial force, if the training need analysis or training analysis is to be done, it has to be done for the managerial force only. It should not be done for the whole staff, including the managers. So that would give us reliable data, reliable analysis, that yes, we want to make a decision regarding the managerial force, and this is the reliable data, and we can make the decision. So we have to be very cautious about that. Now we'll talk about evolution of HR analytics. So the evolution has gone with the HR department's evolution. So earlier in the beginning of the HR function, it was time office only. HR people, they used to do time office, they used to record leaves, they used to record the attendance, they used to prepare the salaries. What else? Just a time office kind of a thing. So I would say more of a kind of clerical task. It was nothing very strategic, or managerial task was not involved into that. So it was just a clerical task in which there were few people, 2 3 people depending upon the size of the organization, of course. They used to do the time office, all the attendance sheet was done, all the compliances was done, uh, leave records and all that stuff, and whatever decision was required, that was made by the line managers. It was not the HR department. They used to take the data from HR department, and there was no, you can say, the discretion of making the decision with the HR department. It lied with the line managers, different departments. So HR department was more of a clerical one. Then it went to personal management. So it was kind of, now the managerial function came into being. From time office, from clerical function, it became a kind of personal management. So now we started managing the personnel also, the staff also. Managing means how, if they are, if their attendance is data is record is not fine, we used to tell them, okay, just try to make it perfect, try to improve on it. Or we used to do, and a bit of analysis also, a bit of decision making was also there, a bit of power was given to HR department after that. And from personal management, we became HRM, human resource management. So now it was a more fancy word which was given to us, human resource management. It was not just a personal management, which was very traditional kind of a name which was there. And then it was renamed as HRM, but with few more kind of empowerment in terms of decision making, in terms of management. And when the most important asset of the organization which you are managing, if that is given a bit of respect in terms of naming, you can say earlier it was named as personal management, now it is human resources, means it is also a part of the resources of the organization, resources of the business. So the respect started coming into HR function. It was not only the department, but also the function, all the human resources, all the staff, they were, they were recognized as a human resources. So with that, there was some more empowerment in terms of decision making, managerial skills that started coming into the department. And then from HRM, now it is strategic business partner. So this is what it is right now. The kind of, we are strategic business partner. Human resource function department has become a strategic business partner, and the HR analytics. If we come back to the HR analytics, our topic, so it has also evolved along with the HR function. How? So when was it started? So many of us, and maybe having this view or this idea that HR analytics is a very, very new concept. But I would like to mention and divert your attention on the ancient time when we were just time office. So HR analytics was present at that point of time also. How? Because we used to do the headcount summary. That was also a part of HR analysis. It was a descriptive analysis which we used to do. That this is the headcount summary. These many people are working in production department. These many people are working in the quality department. It was present at that point of time also. We used to do some descriptive analysis, kind of headcount, headcount summary, or maybe the leave records. What is the kind of uh, record trend of the leaves which people are taking? What is the trend of the maybe attrition? So it was present at that point of time, but it was not evolved. It was not at this advanced stage which we are right now. So then personal management. In the personal management, what happened that it evolved along with the department itself. So instead of just doing the headcount summary, instead of just doing the kind of leave record, leave summary, we started at that point of time doing the kind of recruitment TAT, turnaround time for recruitments, the kind of training, man days for training. We started doing attrition analysis. We started doing, probably in few advanced organizations, the kind of the projection of the attrition, kind of predictive analysis was also done. That this is the trend, and now for the next year or next some period of time, we will be having this much attrition, and we should be prepared for this. So this kind of analysis of the HR data started during the personal management era, and then we became human resource management. And this was the time when this was recognized as a separate field. HR analytics was recognized as a separate field, and this kind of the name came into being. You can say HR analytics. Earlier, it used to be called as HR operations or analysis, or maybe some data, playing with the data and all that stuff was happening. But during the HRM, human resource management time, that the name HR analytics was given to this particular subject, and few very progressive HR professionals, they started working on this subject. And many other analyses, like as I shared, during personal management, the training man days was calculated. It was analyzed that what is the training man days, what is the impact of that on the business. So during HRM time, even further we went. We started projecting the attrition. We started projecting what kind of a training would be required, what kind of a training man days can impact the business growth, what kind of a you can say performance, the rating of the performance management system, the appraisal system, how can that be impacted due to different HR functions like trainings, employee engagement. So this was the time when there was a very good growth in the subject. As a subject, HR analytics grew very nicely during the HR, human resource management era. And now, if we come on the strategic business partner kind of a role, which we are playing right now in the organizations, in this we are even measuring the the data, the topics, the area which are not measured easily. These are always recognized as the non-measurable areas like culture, motivation, engagement, satisfaction. So even in this era, even the different kind of non-measurable aspects are also being analyzed, and they are numbered. So we are converting these non-measurable aspects also into the numbers, and that is also helping the businesses to grow, to make the decisions which are required, critical decisions. So this is how the evolution has happened for HR analytics. And right now we are in the very, very advanced stage in which every aspect of HR is being measured numerically. So quickly we'll go through the types of HR analytics. Is During my discussion on the HR analysis evolution, I mentioned descriptive kind of analytics. So in that, what we do is we just make kind of summaries, the kind of we make a precise report on the maybe headcount summary, maybe some leave records, maybe attrition record, maybe some other recruitment turnaround time. So various data is kind of a precise report is made. So this is a descriptive. From a raw data, you are making a very nice report, and that is used by the management for various decisions. So this is a descriptive analysis. Second is a predictive analysis, in which we are also providing we are making the prediction about the future. So description is a bit of kind of past thing. We are having a data, we are collecting it, then we are making a description, we are making a summary, nice summary, presentable summary, and we are presenting it to the management, and then some decisions are made. But predictive analysis is something in which we are also suggesting and mentioning that this is the prediction about the future. This is more towards future thing, and we are also talking about the future, that the trend says that the attrition of the organization is so, as this is the trend, and in the future we may have to hire a few more people because the attrition rate is going very high or low, whatever it is. So this kind of a decision we can make, and this is a prediction about the future. So we are kind of diverting the mind of the management that what can happen in the future. And the third one is prescriptive. So there are insights into it. So it's not just a prediction about the future. We are also prescribing that this is what it is required. So what should be done if this happens? As I shared that if there is a high attrition rate, we may have to hire more people. So we can, in the prescriptive analysis, we are also giving the insights that organization has to take these steps to avoid further damage, or this can be the challenge in the future for the organization, and we can do these things. And this is more of a kind of business partner strategic role which nowadays HR departments are playing. They are prescriptive in nature. They are suggesting that this is going to happen in the future, and these are the solutions which we can give to the organization. These are the solutions which we should take, and these are the actions we should take. So this is how the descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive, all these are also the types of HR analytics, and also they have evolved along with the HR function and the subject HR analytics. So I'll be sharing one case study about our own organization, that how we have used the data, HR analytics, for various decisions which we have made, and how we have made it a very successful subject for our organization. So this is a case study. This is a brief about this. So this is about my own company. I'm working. Sheetal shared my, she introduced me very nicely, but few of you, I think you joined later on. So I'll share with you. I'm working with a beautiful company called Ebro India. And in my company, how we used the HR analysis, I'll just share with you in this case study. So we started this organization in 2013, and we acquired this company or factory, you can say the factory, from another company. So that, because this was an acquisition, and due to that, there was no motivation in the employees. There was no, the morale of the employees was very down. And when we came into picture, we thought that let's transform this demotivation. Let's transform this low morale of the employees, and how can we do it? So first of all, what we did was we did a ESET, employee satisfaction survey. And it was not very surprising for all of us, for the management. And the score was just 3 out of 5. So it was very demoralizing for us also. But we were not surprised, because we knew that people are not motivated. Their morale is not very high. So it was fine for us. Then we started working on it. And what were the findings out of this ESET? Uh, there was no participation, no engagement was there. The job was monotonous. The culture was just like, the staff, they come into the office, they work, and they go away. They go to their own homes. So there was nothing engagement, no engagement was there, no participation was there. They were asked to do the work, to do the job, and they did that, and they went away. So this was the kind of encouragement or motivation was there. And the culture was very, very monotonous. There was no fun, no appreciation was there. There was no R&R, reward and recognition program. There was no openness, no informal groups were there. They were just a kind of machine which come, you input something, they give you output, they give you some results. It was something like this. The people were not working like people, they were working like machines. So this was the scenario in front of us, and how the transformation happened. So, we started with the good dose of employee engagement activities like sports, Independence Day, talent show, reward and recognition program, and many more. There were many more employee engagement activities which we started, apart from all basic things like celebration of birthdays and all that stuff. But these were the few very, very good and very high response activities which we did. Like sports were still, It has become one of the brand of the company. We are doing one Ebro India Premier League, that is a cricket tournament. Every year we do it, and we have done nine of such tournaments. So every year we are doing it. So people, they started getting engaged in various activities, and everything we did was focusing on participation, engagement, and fairness, be it employee engagement activities or performance management system or reward and recognition program or any other benefit. So coming to the fairness, PMS and R&R, these are one of the best, I would say, in terms of openness and transparency. We have a R&R system in which it is not in the hands of few people that who will nominate, who will be getting the reward and recognition. It is on the basis of the various people who are the key stakeholders internally. So they will be judging or giving the feedback about the nominations, about the winners of the reward and recognition program. And again, the same goes with the performance management system. In the appraisal system, we have a very transparent system in which people are treated fairly, they are rated fairly. So these programs, we worked on these, and there was a very good result out of that. Then in 2016, so 13 we started, 14 we did employee satisfaction survey. We got the result 3 out of 5. But in 2016, the employee engagement score boosted to 4.8 in 2 years. So from 3 out of 5, it went to 4.8 out of 5. And same year, we recorded highest level of performance in terms of both operations and sales. So this was business-wise, comparing with the past all years. 2017, we did the highest business in the history of Ebro India. So this was the result. It was very visible to the management also, and it is very visible to, I believe that, to all of you. This was very reflective of what we did, what was the result of all these things, and the kind of motivation level, the kind of engagement level, which has gone so high, 4.8 out of 5. And we were the youngest company who got Great Places to Work certification also. And when I went to receive this award, they announced it like this: this Ebro India is the youngest company in the history of Great Places to Work certification who got so early. Less than 5 years we took to get this certification of Great Places to Work. And on HR analytics, coming back to HR analytics, I would give one more example, a general example on general HR analytics. Okay, Shilpa has messaged if you have any queries. Right. Okay, so this example is about training mandates, how it can impact the business results, how it can impact the business performance of the organizations. So suppose your training mandates, this is a general example. Suppose your training mandates are 2 mandates, you're giving the training to the staff, and the rating in the performance appraisal system, you have 4 kind of ratings: excellent, good, average, and poor. So if you have 10% people falling under excellent, 60% in good, 20% in average, and 10% in poor, if you increase the training mandates to 3, if the excellent goes to 15%, good goes to 65%, average goes to 15%, and poor goes to 5%, it means your training is delivering the results. There is an impact of your training which is happening. So this is how you can measure your training, which is very critical aspect of human resources. So this is a general example of HR analytics. What makes a successful HRA practitioner, HR analytics practitioner? I believe that successful HR practitioner, a person who can decide that I will spend not more than 30% time in time office sourcing resumes and doing HR operations. Just 30% of the time, and rest of the time you will be working on different other aspects, on analysis, and which means you need to think what can you do which will make business more profitable. So this is what you have to think, and this is the analysis which you can do, that what can be done to make business more profitable. So just to give you an example, like for consulting firms, knowledge can be more profitable. So because they have to impart knowledge, they have to use their knowledge for various consulting things, consulting projects. And for manufacturing organizations like us, efficiency is more important, and that can make us more profitable. Yeah, where HR analytics used for decision making? So my answer is every single aspect of HR, be it measurable or in the eyes of people, it is not measurable. Like even culture of any organization, even the kind of you know trust level in the organization, the kind of engagement in the organization, which we have already measured many times. Every organization must be doing it. So every single aspect of HR can be measured, and analysis can be done on that. What are the various challenges in HR analytics? So first of all, first challenge is authentic data. If as the data is not authentic, everything is just a calculation and not a decision making information. So this will be a sheer wastage of time if we don't have the authentic data. And that is a big challenge also, because the HR data is not small. It is always a large raw data, which is very very difficult to collect. And then correct measurement unit, like the correct measure of weight is kg and not square feet. So we have to find out the correct measure unit of measurement for any data which we are analyzing. And then management support, how much importance management is giving to the human resources, that is also very important. And then if it is important in the eyes of management, only then they can go ahead with the HR analysis, and they can be given the weightage in the decision making, strategic decision making, that your data, your analysis is something which is very important, and we will use this for the decision making. So that management support is very much required. And most the kind of trend so far is this, that every management is not relying on human resources. They are not giving that much importance to the human resources function. So how much support management is giving to the human resource department, that depends upon that. And that is a big challenge nowadays. And HR skills in the end. So HR skill is also very critical. Uh, Whether our HR departments and the people professionals, they are ready to get this to work on this HR analysis. They are having the clear mindset and skill set to analyze the data, and then and very critical to this is the communication part. If they are able to explain the analytical results to the management, that this is the analysis which we have done, and this is the prediction, this is the prescription. If that is logical and that is clearly communicated, and they can also define the clear action points, that this is prescription and these are the actions which we should take to avoid any future challenges. So if they can be very clear about this, uh, but so far study says that 20% of the HR departments, they are not ready to get work on HR analysis as a subject, and their HR professionals, the team members, are not fully skilled to work on HR analysis. Yes, so this is thank you very much. This is from my side. Any questions uh, from the audience side? Although I try to kind of capture and clear the concept to you, that what is HR analysis and how can it be useful for the businesses. So still, if you have any questions, do let me know, please.
Sir, there is one question
Yeah.
which is asked by Upender Wadhwa. What is the most important thing needed to be evaluated to impact the business and to help leaders make informed decisions? This is the question.
uh, you know Everything in if human resource, if, as I shared, that every aspect of HR is very important, be it and nowadays, as a strategic business partner, 30% of the time, as I shared, that you should spend on the traditional HR things like time office compliances, or sourcing data, resumes. You should 70% of your time should be on the question that what can HR do to to impact the business, to bring the positive impact into the business. And for that, you have to find out that, what is that which I can contribute towards business. This can be maybe, transformation of the culture. This may be engagement. This can be trainings. So these are the various aspects which are always required to be improved in the organizations to make a business impact. As I shared in my case study of Ebro India, I have shared with you that, how a non-measurable aspect of employee engagement and morale and motivation, we measured it, and somehow it was very successful case study, and we can learn a lot from it. And it was I would say a very clear example of how engagement, motivation, morale of the employees can impact the business results and the overall culture of the organization. So every aspect is very important, and put more time, of your time, 70% of your time onto the value addition aspect of the department. What value you can add to the business, what value you can add to the culture of the organization, what value you can add to help people perform better. So this is very critical aspect, and how measuring that before and after will be very critical for that. Second question is, how can I be a better HR analysis? Can do. Okay, Arnold. Uh, this is, as I shared in the beginning, that, unlike accounts analysis, finance analysis, and business analysis, we need not to have a very, only the, computer skills or software skills to analyze the data, or statistical skills. We should have, this is a bit different aspect. Here, the analysis would include more of a human behavior understanding. What kind of understanding you have about the human behavior, and only then you can analyze the data, and that data that can be analyzed through various tools, statistical tools, also Excel. We have all advanced Excel skills and all, so that can be done through that. But I would say prerequisite, the first important aspect and skill which you need is understand the human behaviors as a HR analyst. So that is most important for me. Okay, when will I
Exactly,
get to
Nihal.
the honor management by HR analysis? There is no fixed time, Arnold. Thank you very much for further questioning on this. There's no fixed time. Whenever you are ready, you should give it to your management, your HR analysis, and it should be very logical nowadays. And because it can't be generalized that, in your organization or every organization, this kind of a data, this kind of analysis is relevant. In your organization, better that, what is the analysis which can impact the business, what is the analysis which would be more logical to present. So keep that in mind, analyze the data which is most important for your business, organization, and your management, and present it to them whenever you are ready with it. So there is no fixed time. The question is how HR analysis vary differences in micro businesses and large scale enterprises. I would say it's not, there's no much difference in smaller organization or small scale micro businesses. If you will start doing it, it will be very easy for you. It won't be very difficult for you when it grows. So when you expand, your organization becomes large. It is a large scale organization. It will be very easy for you to kind of, continue with the analysis which you are doing it as a small scale organization. So it's always recommended that, whenever you are a small organization, you should start it. And if you are already a large organization, you can start it using various, skills, tools which are available in the market. The statistical tools are available. And again, I would repeat that, the most important prerequisite for HR analysis is understanding the human behavior. That you can do. And all other technical, or you can say functional, or tools, statistical tools are available. And every organization, every country, everywhere you can find these kind of tools, and these kind of organizations, firms, agencies nowadays who are providing the HR analysis tools. So that is not a challenge. Challenge is whether you have the mindset towards HR understanding, human behavior understanding. And then, I would like to quote one thing that, from very beginning, there is of my career, I have been saying one thing, that HR, human resources, is not a degree. It's not a course which you can do in universities or management schools. It is always a mindset. It is always a quality, inborn quality, which if you have, if you can understand the behaviors of the people, I think you can analyze the data. You can find out that this guy is his or her body language is something like this, and there are chances that he or she will be behaving like this in the future. You can make your decisions, and you can I would say add value in the organization. There is a question from Melvin. I would say there is a very very bright future of HR analytics in a country like India. Because we are still not in a very very advanced stage. Melvin, it is I would say it is the although we have started measuring non-measurable aspects like motivation and engagement and culture, but still a long way to go. And I would say because HR is becoming now a very important aspect of any business. So HR analysis would be playing a key role in developing India. Yes, process of an HR analysis. It is the process is, I would say, collecting the data and then kind of measuring it with various time periods, and then analyzing it, and then making the action points around it. That what is the kind of actions, and this process, it also has evolved with along with the HR function and HR analytics as a subject, as I shared with you. Because in the beginning we used to do just the measurement of the data, that this is the data and let's measure it. So various headcount reports, various leave reports we used to make, and then we started analyzing it. So various training mandates, recruitment turnaround time, and attrition projections we used to do, and now we have started making the action points around this analysis. So this process has also evolved along with the function.
Thank you so much, sir, for making our
Yeah.
doubts clear. The webinar was really amazing. I would like to propose a hearty vote of thanks to you, sir, for gracing today's webinar. Your
Thank you.
presence and wise words help magnify our cause in best possible ways. I hope all the participants learn a lot with this webinar. I would really like to thank you for giving us your valuable time, and I'm delighted to be part of today's webinar as I have learned a lot. A good event never ends in the world. They take only a pause and keep us waiting for the next. All good things eventually end. I consider everyone as a fortunate that they become a part of this webinar, which was full of knowledge, which makes difficult to say goodbye.
Thank you very much, Sheetal, and the whole team for giving me this opportunity to connect with all the bright professionals, HR professionals, and students. And it was an honor to be here. And whatever I could share, I believe this is going to help all the HR professionals in the long run. Thank you very much,
Thank
Sheetal.
you so much, sir.